Hey, welcome to my channel. Once again, you're on a mom's journey. I'm Sharon Michelle. Today is day 17 of my tummy tuck journey. I haven't come to y'all every day because it's, kind of boring every day. You don't really have too much to talk about. I did come on here and tell about the medications and all. I will be getting a packing list because there's so many things that you get and you realize that you're packing all these things and you don't even have to, take them with you, especially if you're going out of town to have surgery. It's a lot of stuff to be lugging. So, but today I know y'all want to see my scars and you want to see those types of things. But what I decided to do is tomorrow is Palm Sunday and I'm going to take out my last drain that I have in. Some people might say, well, why did you keep the drain in so long? Well, I had a choice, and the drains can stay in, until you are done with any fluid that leaks out, you can take it out. I chose to keep it in a little longer because when you get a tummy tuck, what people don't realize is that the lymphatic system is moving, and meaning whenever you have trauma that comes to an area, fluid automatically goes into that area. That's why when you get a cut, I don't care if it's on your finger or whatever, it swells. So the whole thing that you do is you get, well, they have the drains on so it would drain, so the fluid will drain out. And with a tummy tuck, they actually lift your entire skin up off of the abdomen layer. And so at that point, all of that is where the fluid is going to try to build back up. You have to let it get to the point where it's dry. When it gets dry, your skin can start to adhere back to the fascia level, which is right above the muscle under your stomach. So in that case, if I had the choice of when the tube is going to come out, then of course I'm going to leave it as long as I possibly can, because then that way I know that it's less fluid there. And the whole thing is once the fluid is coming out, that's why you stay compressed in your compression garment. And the lymphatic massages and all. Now, some doctors will tell you, don't touch your stomach, when you get a tummy tuck. Wait before getting lymphatic massages and all those things. When I spoke to the masseuse, they explained to me, and I did a lot of researching on YouTube and stuff. At the end of the day, when you have any type of surgery where they're cutting anywhere, you want to get into a lymphatic massage as soon as possible because that helps to keep removing that fluid. And when it's a light, gentle touch, but it also helps to eliminate the scar tissue that builds up when you have surgery. So the sooner that you get into a lymphatic massage, the better it is that your scars heal, and they heal flat on the inside as well on the outside. I've been doing so much research. So I did get, and you see in my videos previous, I did get 3 lymphatic massages when I was in Miami. So now I'm going to take out my tube on tomorrow on Palm Sunday. And then Tuesday, I'm going to start getting my regular lymphatic massages. And since my tube will be out, I'll actually be in my faja garment instead of just my binder. So that's what I choose to do. And as I said, after looking up all the research and all, it seems like really the best way to do it. Anybody's getting a tummy tuck, I would say do your research. Don't listen to what somebody said, oh, my girlfriend did this, or my girlfriend did that, or this person. Do your research and then do what's comfortable for you. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert pictures so you can see some pictures that I had before I did the surgery. And actually, the clothing that I have on right now is the same clothing that I had on in the picture that I'm going to post. And so that way you can kind of see the difference. Now, understand, a lot of people feel like when you get a tummy tuck and you swell extremely bad, and you swell for months, and some people look pregnant or they look larger than they did before they got the tummy tuck, except you don't see a lot of the excessive skin. With me, because I had gastric bypass years ago, my doctor kept telling me that I had a lot of skin. So all that stomach that I thought was a bunch of fat was really skin. So when the doctor did my tummy tuck, he did a darn good job. And it was like really, really flat because I didn't have a lot of fat underneath. Now, I am very swollen. I'm very swollen right now, and I can tell based on when I rub over my stomach, I can feel the fluid, but the incisions are tight, really tight, and that's how I know I need to go get my lymphatic massages. And when you get a lymphatic massages without drains or anything, you actually urinate it out. So like I said, I have on the same clothing that I do so that you can actually see the difference. So as I said, I am very swollen, but I'm going to I'm going to show you what I'm working with. And, you know, it's a process. It's a process. What else did I want to tell you? Pertaining to tummy tucks. Because there's so much information that people don't tell you. And you go in there, you know, and you're all hype and everything. And, you know, not really be prepared because you went off of what somebody else said. Well, anyway, when it comes to me, I'll let y'all know. But let me try to prop this this phone up. All right. So as y'all can see, this outfit right here is what I had on when in the pictures that I'm showing. All right. You can see how it looks. You can see the drainage tube hanging out. So I'm going to do this in a tasteful fashion. Okay, let that hang. Pull this down. Right away, even though I'm swollen, it's in here, you can see how he snatched me up. Okay. This is where my belly button is. Okay. All right, now I'm going to actually show y'all. Okay. The thing that hurts the most is the darn tape. I jimmied all this up myself. As you can see, it's a very, very low and light scar. Now, all of this is fluid. As you can see, it's extremely swollen. See? This is where the tube, and that's what's going to come out tomorrow. I'm going to take that tube out tomorrow, and I'm going to let y'all see it. All right, so you see my scar goes all the way to here. But right away, you can see, you know, the process right away. All of this is swollen as well. And the lymphatic massages, when they do the massage, it's a light touch. And then you bring it around. And you normally bring it down so you can urinate it out. Now, in some cases, I've read that when you get a tummy touch, some of the lymphatic drains are cut off. So a lot of times you'll see them going up, and you bring it up onto the lymph nodes under your arms. And I did that the other day, and I realized I was sweating a whole lot more. So I'm not sure, you know, if, I mean, it's working. But they tell you bring it around, bring it down. Now, when I'm here at home, I actually bring everything around, and I actually push the fluid out of my tube into the bulb. Now, the reason I know it's just about time, and I hope that this doesn't, you know, like make you squirm or whatever, you know. My videos are for education purposes, and it's to help other people that maybe thinking about tummy tuck, thought that they couldn't get it done. If you got all the questions that you have, I want you to bring them on so that I can educate you about it and let you know. But as I was saying, when this is less than the line that says 25, they normally, in a 24-hour period, you can discard it. And it's been like this for a couple of days. So like I said, I think I'm really at the point where I can take it out. I am a paramedic by trade, so this type of stuff don't bother me. As I said, I'm going to take it out in front of y'all instead of going to pay a doctor to take it out. My belly button, I still have that, being treated. I haven't seen a belly button in I don't know how many years. I didn't even know what my belly button looked like. So right now it's ugly because it's like a lot of still bloody looking stuff on the inside. I clean it out daily and then I bandage it up or whatever. But yeah, this is it. This is the scar. And as I said, I'm going to let you follow my journey. And I go to get my thighs done in October. And understand, for me, this was not just an elective thing. This was something that was necessary. You lose 125 pounds and then you walk around a prisoner in your own skin. It's not a good feeling. And like I said, for me, looking at myself, I want to be satisfied. And for all the people that says, oh, you need to be happy with the body God gave you. God didn't give me this. I jacked this thing up. He didn't give me this. It didn't look like this when it came out. So that's the thing. But you need to do what makes you happy. And, and that's basically it, So this is it. This is what's going on right now. And I will be showing you when I go get my massage done, how they do the lymphatic massage. I'll show you the new garments that I'm going to be putting on. But like I said, I'm sore. I'm extremely sore. But nothing unbearable. And I definitely had no problem getting through the surgery. My doctor kept me, made sure that I was pain-free. And when I say pain-free, meaning I had the aches, but not the pain. All right. So that's that. I'm going to come back to y'all in 1 second. All right. I had to come out of those tights because I don't really kind of put none of that kind of stuff on right now. I just kind of give it a break. And I'm in the healing process. And when they tell you to relax, 6 to 8 weeks, hey, I'm that one. I'm not gonna play around. First of all, you spend too much money, and then why would you botch up your results? So anyway, right now I'm in the midst of getting ready to eat me some food because I haven't really eaten much. I don't have much of an appetite. Never really do have much of an appetite. And anybody that know that I do the keto diet. And I don't even like to call it a diet because it's just a way of life for me, which basically is higher fat, moderate protein, low to no carbs at all. And I like that because the carbs, it brings your insulin level up, and I'm cool with all that. So I try to do low to no carbs. I cut out all my breads and my rice and my macaroni and spaghetti. And pasta is my favorite meal, kid you not. But I don't miss it because when you start eating like this, your body doesn't even crave those things. And it don't crave it, so I don't really miss it. And if I want it, you just got to be disciplined not to eat. If somebody's making macaroni and cheese and you got to have your macaroni and cheese, then how about having your macaroni and cheese? And maybe that might be your meal because, with the macaroni, the milk, the cheese, all the eggs, everything that's in it, that's a meal in itself, but, we got to be greedy and we got to eat the macaroni and cheese and we got to cheat and have the sweet potatoes to go along with it. And we got to add, all the other stuff. But I basically try to do a protein and vegetable, mostly green leafy vegetables, not real starchy vegetables. Because of course the vegetables that we really, really like is of course going to be the starchy vegetables. The corn, that was my favorite. And like string beans and stuff like that. That's more starchy vegetables. So, I try to stick to my greens, collard greens, kale greens, my spinach, stuff like that. And y'all see me bending down here because I actually cooked yesterday. Well, my daughter cooked. She cooks steak and she cooks salmon. And so I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat with I just made me some cream spinach. As y'all can see, my cream spinach. And I'm going to eat one little butter steak with it. And I'm going to do a little bit of salmon as well. And I'm good to go with that. And then if I want something to snack on, I love my my sugar-free Jell-O. Oh God, black cherry. Let me tell y'all, I can live on Jell-O. It's like when I eat it, it cuts my sweet tooth, number one, and I'm actually satisfied with it. But I like to put mine in the freezer and make it like icy. I don't know if y'all ever had icy Jell-O. Oh my God, it's really good. I know I'm making it sound like it's a hot apple pie or something like that, but actually that's fine for me. So I'm going to, eventually show y'all some of the meals, because as I was prepping for surgery, I went back on keto because I had to lose some weight because I had gained a lot of weight. And during COVID, I gained a substantial amount of weight. So I wound up losing weight. So let's take it back. Prior gastric bypass weight, 301 pounds. That was 17 years ago. I kept that off for like 14 years, and I'm still not getting what I came in this refrigerator to get. I maintained that for maybe 14 years. And then I had an issue that came up where I started gaining weight. I gained like 40 pounds in 4 months and didn't know what was going on. Finally, they realized that the stitches or the staples from 17 years ago now, it sounds weird, but this is what they said. It opened up and the food was able to seep through, or I drink a lot of fluids and stuff. So, and my favorite drink was Kool-Aid. And so maybe it's just all the sugar that I would drink on a 24-hour basis. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But they said that it opened up. And so I had to get a, surgery so they can close it back up. Well, the doctor that originally did my gastric bypass is no longer doing gastric bypasses. So he sent me to a doctor in Philadelphia over at Hahnemann Hospital, Dr. Castellano. He was a very nice doctor and agreed to go ahead and repair. Now, one thing, if anybody is aware, when you have a gastric bypass and if you gain weight of any sort, seems like, and I'm talking about some like years later, because your stomach is still a gastric bypass stomach because it's still bypassed. But, of course, after a while, you can eat more and everything. But if you ever gain a substantial amount of weight, it is hard as H-E-double hockey sticks to lose weight. And if you go on a traditional diet that the doctors will give you, you'll gain weight because it's really more of a caloric intake than what your body can actually take. And a lot of times, it just doesn't seem to work. So that was the biggest problem. So Dr. Castellano set up to do my repair, and he did it. So I immediately assumed that the 40 pounds that I had gained during the time that it opened, that I would lose that, like it would start coming off. And it wasn't coming off, but more so than that, I started having a real problem with my stomach, and I kept saying, my stomach doesn't feel right, something's not right, something's not right. So then eventually I went to an ER because I couldn't get in touch with this doctor or anything. Went to the ER, and those ER doctors found out what the problem was. And what the problem was is that when your stomach is in a roundness, he made it like an hourglass. Hourglass is real small in the middle. So the acid had nowhere to escape in my stomach. It was seeping out. And when it was seep out, that's the pain that I was getting. And the crazy thing about it is, had it seeped out, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all right now. So what they wound up doing, they had to do an emergency surgery because they could not find this doctor, and they could not let me go with this issue that I was having because it was detrimental to my health. So the doctors at Einstein, I'm trying to remember. One of them was the doctor that I originally wanted 17 years ago to do my gastric bypass, Dr. DeLaw over at Einstein. But there was another doctor, and I can't think of her name right now. She was from New York, and she had just came to Einstein. And first I wasn't too thrilled because I had never heard of her or whatever. But then I found out that she was a darn good doctor, and, you know, she promised me that she would take care of me. And but lo and behold, when I went into surgery, the 1 hour surgery wound up turning into 6 hours. And Dr. DeLaw had a patient of his own, and he had to cancel or postpone or something to work with the doctor that was working on me, because they had to work on making sure that they could save my life, and it turned into a 6 hour surgery. And I'm going to find the picture so I can insert it. I looked like an old woman. My face was 3 times the size from all the fluid that had to keep getting pushed into me by being in the surgery so long. And all I can remember is when I came out of surgery, hearing my mom say, "What's wrong with my child? She didn't look like this when she came in." I can hear my daughter saying, "Oh my God, what happened to my mom?" And I was saying, you know, "I'm okay, I'm okay." But they couldn't hear me because it was like I was talking on the inside, but it wasn't coming on the outside. But lo and behold, you know, they fixed what needed to be fixed. And that was a good thing because, as I said, had they not fixed what needed to be fixed, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. But they did fix it. And so once again, I went on a weight loss journey trying to lose those 40 pounds that I had gained. And like I said, it was extremely hard. It was just, I just kept feeling defeated. So I went on keto, the keto diet. And I wound up dropping the weight off. It was wonderful, you know, just to lose that weight back, because when you come from 301 pounds and I had gotten all the way down to 175, and that was perfect for me. And after that, you go 20 pounds up and down anyway, you know. And so that was fine. But now I was trying to get this excess weight off, and it was just so hard to do it. But eventually I did. I wound up seeing a doctor in Philadelphia when I finally talked about wanting to get some of the skin off. And honestly, my daughter was going to talk to this doctor because a girlfriend of hers that had a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, where they do the fat transfer, lipo 360 all over your body or whatever. And that girl looked good. So she had went there, you know, we was just playing around really. And she went to talk to him about it. So while I'm in the office, I'm saying to the doctor, "Well, hey, you know, I had a gastric bypass. You know, what can you do for me or whatever?" He said, "Well, that's not fat, that's skin." And I'm looking at this fat body and I'm like, "No, this is fat." But he said, "No, the majority is skin." So that's when he decided to tell me about the tummy tuck and all. But lo and behold, he didn't think I was going to lose the weight. Well, no, I'm sorry. Right at that point, I was 207 pounds. And that was in March. And at that point, he was basically talking as if I had the money right now, he can go ahead and do the surgery, and that's that or whatever. So now the pandemic happened. And now we moving forward. And this is around, I guess, November or so. And I went back to him, and I was 231 pounds. He said I had to lose the weight, and, you know, now I'm angry. So I'm back on keto again, but it's not working as good this time. But he made another appointment for me to come in. When I came in, I got on the scale, it was 220. And I was telling him, "Listen, I can't get no more weight off. You know, you say this is skin. You can lose fat, but you can't lose skin. And I don't know what else to do." And, you know, he told me he was going to schedule me for 5 weeks out, which would have been which would have been March 8th. I'm sorry, March 8th. So I'm all excited. So the girl, he told me, go to the back with the girl. The girl says, okay, Sharon, we can write you up. She said, well, you know, I can't schedule you today. I'm like, well, why not? He told me he can. They said, our anesthesiologist is not going to touch you unless you lose the weight. You have to have a BMI of 34 or below. And I'm like, well, he just told me. So that's when I realized he didn't think I was going to lose the weight because I kept saying what I can't do. And so he told me he was going to give me a tummy tuck, do my legs. He was going to put fat in areas of my buttocks where it would just even things out, you know. After I did my research, I realized that, number one, it's really contraindicated to get a tummy tuck and thigh surgery, thigh lift at all, period. Because him liposuctioning my thighs would have been ridiculous if I didn't have much fat there anyway. And all it would do is make it be more saggy skin. So that's contraindicated to do a thigh lift at the same time. You can't have a scar across your bottom pelvic area and then scars in your groin area at the same time. It's just that healing is too hard. And then even with a BBL, most doctors that'll do a BBL and a tummy tuck, they'll do a mini tummy tuck and like a skinny BBL. They call it for little girls, littler. You know what I'm saying. But even for me, because on a tummy tuck, you can't lay on your stomach. With a BBL, you can't sit on your butt. So what I'm going to do, stand up and sleep? So I knew he was pulling my legs. So that's when I started to look into the doctors in Miami. And I'm not talking about Dr. Miami, but doctors in Miami. This is their specialty. They do these things every day, all day long. The prices were completely different as well. They were like almost half the price than what we pay in Philadelphia. So if you go to Miami, though, most people go to what they call a recovery house. Recovery houses are all different prices. I knew I was staying in Miami for 10 days. So the one place that I saw was like $1,750. Well, I decided that if I'm going to be in a recovery house and my daughter going to be in a recovery house and another girl that was supposed to go with us, she's going to be in a recovery house, that's ridiculous as far as money. So what I decided to do is take my mom and take one of my best friends, Zoe, and they were going to take care of us. I got an Airbnb for 10 days. I got to rent a car. I paid for their plane tickets, all of that kind of stuff. And it was still less than what I was paying for my surgery here. And I felt more confident to go to Miami to have this surgery because I was confident in the doctor and everything about the process, period. So that's how I ended up going to Miami. And when I got there, though, it was scheduled for me to have the abdominoplasty, which is a tummy tuck, and I was going to get my thighs done. But because I'm anemic, you know, your blood count is, your hemoglobin has to be at least, normally they want you to be at 12 and above. You know, mine was 11.5 originally, but then I went and got iron infusions because I know that that's the only way my levels are going to go up. But my levels were never sent back down to Miami after I had my iron infusions. So the doctor had to, you know, be more safe than sorry. And he did it based on the 11.5. So he said, I will only do the tummy tuck. So I had no liposuction. I had nothing done but the tummy tuck. And so in October, I can go back and get the legs done. And that's all I need. I'm not one of those people that's obsessed with having surgery or, oh, I want to go get a video vixen body or I want to be an Instagram model. None of that. I wanted to be satisfied myself and feel comfortable within my own self after losing 125 pounds. So that's, you know, that's the story on that. Let me tell y'all something real quick while I'm thinking about it. Y'all know I got a dynamic pastor. I go to New Kingdom Baptist Church, 2445 North Masher Street in Philadelphia, right on the corner of Cumberland and Masher. My pastor is Pastor Daniel Jackson. Do you know, well, today, of course, I keep saying it's the day before Palm Sunday. You know he went and delivered palms to every member of New Kingdom today. Listen, I'm going to insert my video where he actually came and delivered my palms. My son went down there and got my palms. So I truly appreciate it. And I thank him for that, because, you know, there's not a lot of pastors that would do stuff like that. And so I told him I had to give him a shout out for that. Pastor Jackson, get about
delivering my palms. Ain't
so
that
anyway,
special? Just give
I
me
don't have
enough
much
for
else,
my
I guess, to
people,
talk
so I
about
can
right
make
now.
my
I'm getting ready to go
crosses.
eat my food. My cream spinach and my salmon and a little piece of steak.
Thank you.
Then
That's
I'll probably
way
eat
over
my
enough.
snack, which is a
That's
sugar
way
free
more
jello,
than
and then
enough.
I'm done, because I really don't eat much, and I have to eat enough to keep up.
I tell you, such a super pastor.
I gotta keep enough so that I'm not, you know,
All
not
right, you
feeling
have a
dizzy
good
or
one.
whatever. And as I said, tomorrow is going to be a big day for me, and I want y'all all to spread the news. I'm going to be taking my drains out in front of y'all. And a lot of times they say them drains hurt coming out or whatever, but I'm going to be a trooper, and I'm going to do my drains myself and show y'all. I guess that would be it. So like this video, share this video, subscribe to this video, because if you're looking at it and you're not subscribing, you won't get to see all the good stuff that's going to be coming up. And you know, and push that notification button, so that way you'll know every time I upload a video. All right, so until next time, my journey is your journey. Let us all journey together.